Joining me now, I have Shirell Jackson, the first cousin of one of those victims, 37-year-old Reggie Hunter. Shirell, I'm so deeply sorry for your loss. How is your family holding up this morning, especially his children? I mean, my gosh, he has two little boys.
Yes, yes. We're holding up as well as to be expected during this horrible, horrible, devastating situation. I spoke with the mother of the oldest, and she was making preparations to go about the best way to explain this to him.
I'm so very sorry. Take me back to just the last couple days. I mean, you knew that he was in New Orleans for New Year's festivities, right? But it was a last-minute decision for him to head to Bourbon Street. How and when did you learn the news of his passing?
It was through a phone call around 5:30 or so that New Year's Day morning. We knew at midnight, before midnight, that he was going. Like, we got the text message, Happy New Year. We knew that he was in the city. We followed his social media. You could see him posting Happy New Year, and you can tell from the surroundings in the background of the Instagram and video that he was in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. If you're from the area, you just knew the building and you could tell that's where he was at. But around 5:30 or 6 a.m., between that time, I got a phone call saying that he was injured and to get to the hospital.
So you go to the hospital. You must have been there with several other families. I know multiple victims were treated at area hospitals across the city. Talk about that. That must have been a surreal moment to be surrounded by other families going through the exact same horrific thing.
It was definitely surreal. When I went to the back to view the body, I said my final goodbyes to him and made peace with it there as much as I could. And upon leaving out is when I actually realized that this couple over here is going through the same thing that I just went through. I see this mother to the left crying and explaining to someone that their family member is dead. Their family member is dead. And I started putting it together in my head that we're all dealing with the same incident. All three of us, for sure, that were at that hospital had death from family members from this incident that happened on Bourbon Street.
I know you're just heartsick this morning. Talk to me a little bit more about your relationship with Reggie. You know, we see these photos. He seemed like a family man. Who was he, for those of us who didn't have the pleasure of knowing him personally?
He definitely was a family man, the life of the party with the big jokester. Like, we keep having conversations with the family and replaying our interaction Christmas night and the games that we played, and his answers, had everyone laughing. Loved his children, loved his father, his sisters and brothers, his aunts, just everyone. A great all-around guy, good friend, hardworking young man who had so much to live for, and it hurts. It hurts so bad.
Yeah, it's senseless and gone way too soon. Shirell, people across the country are waking up this morning wondering how this could have happened in the first place. I mean, you're talking about the French Quarter. There were 300 officers there patrolling it for New Year's Eve celebrations. How do you feel about police response and presence there that night? And what do you want to know from investigators moving forward?
It's a question of how did this happen. I look at different videos and you see stuff because it's in our face every day since it's happened and it occurred nationwide. The NOPD response was amazing. I can see them doing CPR. I can see them helping people running. The aftermath part was to be commended by the NOPD. But leading up to this, it should have never happened. We should have been more prepared. I understand getting ready for the Sugar Bowl for Mardi Gras and for the Super Bowl. I get it. You want to be more prepared. You want to put up more barriers and things to make safe, but you drop the ball and you let your guard down trying to protect the people that you're anticipating for Super Bowl, and you didn't protect the people that were there on January the 1st, New Year's Day, and for this Super Bowl that was supposed to happen yesterday. It shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have been able to drive through there like that.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.